The U.S. pastor that we reported not long ago came to South Africa to serve in a local congregation in a community that is known for violence and all kinds of things, and later on was kidnapped, if you remember, preaching in the area popularly known as Port Elizabeth. Looks like it's the new name that they have renamed it. And so it's a very confusing name. I'll not be using that name today, tomorrow, or any other day. It's Port Elizabeth. What's so difficult about that? But the pastor has been rescued by the Hawks, and the Hawks went in there very much prepared and guns blazing, to say the least. If you actually read it from the ENCA website here, this is what the article says. It says the Hawks rescued U.S. Pastor Josh Sullivan, and he was recovered from a house in this particular area on Tuesday in Eastern Cape, Port Elizabeth, my bad. I don't know, this word for me, I refuse to say this word. I refuse. I refuse to say this word. Port Elizabeth, what's so difficult about that? Sullivan was kidnapped at gunpoint during a service last week at a fellowship Baptist church in Motherwell. That's Motherwell. He said the kidnappers demanded a ransom after the 45-year-old was taken. Multiple disciplinary law enforcement team tracked the suspects. When the police approached the kidnappers, they tried to escape. They opened fire, and the police said, guess what? I got sweets for you. Maybe you like sweets. Mess around, and you find out the Hawks did not play. They responded quick and snappy. Let it be known that crime will not be tolerated. The 3 suspects were killed, but Sullivan was unharmed. Listen to this part. Almost miraculous. There's 3 of these ninjas who were there. Listen to this part. It says, Sullivan was unharmed despite being in the vehicle from which the kidnappers were shooting. Almost a miraculous rescue here. There's 3 of these guys. He's in the car where they're thinking, and the police respond and manage to kill these guys, because these guys started firing back at the police, and they were all killed in the hail of bullets that then came down. There was a much longer article speaking concerning this. You know, as Eddie was said previously when we made the previous episode, that they target the people that are least suspecting, or the people that they know would not stand a chance at the attack or at the robbery or whatever you may call it. The pastor was just serving in a local community that many people would actually turn the opposite direction. You know, it's much easier for most pastors to go to the city, go to the fancier places, but then there's areas like this that churches do not go to, or that many people would not even look at, because why? You know, it doesn't attract the prosperity messages that they preach. And so they would rather steer away from those type of areas and go to the city, go to much more prosperous environments and so forth. And so we absolutely salute him for his bravery, and his family as well, for being willing, like they did state during the during the kidnap, that his family was pretty much aware of the violence that this particular area is rigged with. And they said the gospel is worth being heard in that particular thing. By the way, they also did mention that the pastor had been robbed before. And so it wasn't like he was not aware of things. But pastors nowadays, you know, would rather go opposite direction to where the thing is. And when they plant branches, will they plant a branch in this type of an area and take care of it? No, if it doesn't bring money, especially in low income areas, no, they would rather just not have a thingy, because the care might not be the gospel for most of these mandems. They would rather plant branches in the main cities, but not in environments like this. Now, when you actually read down here, there's an article written by the Herald here, which kind of like details, it was posted today. That's him and his wife. They say that the three suspects were killed at the rescue of the pastor in Nelson Mandela Bay. They say the three suspects were killed in a hail of bullets on Tuesday night, which was last night, and the elite police unit members stormed this particular area property in Nelson Mandela Bay and rescued the pastor, and they were snatched during a sermon. And the Hawk spokesperson rescued operation was high stake and multiple discipline enforced thingy, which is what we read on the previous article. Mr. Sullivan had been held at this house. They said he was unharmed, so we thank God for that. And then he said that the high stake operation was launched after authorities received verified intelligence on the pastor's location. Amazing stuff. The operation followed verified intelligence wherein a core team had compromised the Hawk. You can see the tactical response. Okay, I'm trying to get to the part where it actually describes the point when they were actually getting what actually led to them being in the vehicle to begin with, because they mentioned the house, right? And so the suspects inside the vehicle were the law enforcement allegedly attempted to flee and opened fire at the team, he said, and said what followed was a fierce exchange of gunfire. The police responded with tactical So these guys were trying to get away. So they were at this particular house. When the police went there to this particular place, the guys tried to get out. The victim was found inside the same vehicle from which the suspect had launched the attack, miraculously unharmed, and he was immediately by medical operation and was in good health. So the article puts it right there. So we thank God. Like I said, this was not going to end well. Either ways. It was not going to end well either ways. This whole thing of, like extortion gangs, kidnapper, it always ends with them being dead. Always. So even 2 days back, or when was it, 2 days back or so, when I reported, I was like, this is not going to end thinking. They miscalculated their steps. They thought this was an easy target. Now, very well tracked. They found them. Police do their job. My uncle once said something that still makes me laugh till this day. He said, people always say, police don't do their job until they are looking for you. Police don't do that until they are looking particularly for you. That's when you know. Like I said, it has to be made clear to this whole thing that's now going on, that they are now adopting kidnappings or whatnot, or all these type of things. You don't want a situation where it's like, oh yeah, if they rob you, they're probably in that area there. Like the situation with Venin, the building Venin. It's known that criminals stay in there. How do we come to a situation where it's like, yeah, they stay inside that particular building? And it shows, if you're going to follow the criminal route, this is what will happen to you. Otherwise, now people must be now just be afraid anyhow. They just live in fear. That's a very unhealthy way to live life in general. as a law-abiding citizen. And so it's good to see resolutions like that. Now, someone would want us to be crying for the people that are thinking, no, sorry, no. That could have been me. That could have been someone I know. That could have been, then what? So let's be very clear here. When a person sets themselves as an authority or above authority to that standard, the results will show. So Ricky, we're done here.